Hello everyone. In this video tutorial, I'm going to explain how to submit a project into the HPC project module for the HRP 2024 Sudan response for GBV subsector. So first, you need to open any browser software that you have in your computer. I'm going to use Microsoft Edge. Then you open the link for the HPC project module. Later on, I will put in the video of the description. And once you open the website platform, this is how it looks like. You need to log in with your humanitarian ID, which we have explained how to create humanitarian ID in another video. I'm going to put the links for those videos as well in the video description. So here I have account, and then I'm going to log in with my account, your email and password. Once you log in into the system, this is the interface of the system. When you click on map, you will be able to see if there are any other projects from your organization submitted to Sudan. Also, you can also click on clusters to see if there are cluster projects as well. For now, I have no projects. I'm going to apply a project for my organization as an example. So click on new project. Once you click on your on new project, then there are 6 steps that has to be followed. We need to follow and insert all necessary information and required information for the project. Then you submit. In the first step, basic information about your project, which is the project title. Here I put test. The title of your project you add here in this field. Then the project summary, you explain in a summary in 4,000 characters the project needs, the geographical coverage, and the purpose, the target, the interventions. These are all will be explained in this field. Then you click on HRP 2024, which is the start date and date automatically will be selected. You can also manually add start date and date of your project, which is 1st January to 31st December 2024. In this field is the PRP and COVID in the project tag, the preliminary response plan or COVID. Our project is HRP, none of them, so we don't select anything. Then on the organization, you add your organization name by clicking on as it is appearing here, because your account is linked to. And if it's not appearing, you can search for your name of organization and it will appear. And if your organization name is not in the list, you can click and open this form to apply for the HPC team to add your organization name by filling up this form and submit. Once your organization name added to the list, then you will be able to proceed with project submission. Here you add the implementing partners that are working on your project, or you're going to use them for the implementation of your project. For example, you can put the actual name of partners here. As an example, I put organization 1, organization 2, but like it's a free text, you can write any name of any organizations. So on the primary contact, you can add the project focal point, your name, email, and phone number. If you have more than one focal point for your project in your organization, you can add another contact with the same information. This is about basic information. You click save and next. There is a field required to be, we didn't add the organization name. Now I clicked on and add it. So now save and next. In the second step is about the response plan, which is the Sudan humanitarian response plan. You select, then the page for Sudan humanitarian response plan will open, and here you select the project sector, that is sector intervention, like this project is under which sector or cluster. For example, here I'm selecting GBV. You can select more than one, as there might be integrated projects for covering 2 different sectors or clusters. For now, I'm just selecting one. Then here, if your project has the cash voucher assistance component, you can click on this, tick on this, and then add the percentage of cash that you're using. For now I'm ticking. Then you need to add the gender age marker. It's mandatory. How do you get gender age marker for your project? You click on this link here. It is written here. You simply required from you to add all the necessary information related to your project into this form, and then next step and step by step until the end of the project. Then at the end you get a reference number for your gender age marker, and also you, after you submit, you'll receive what marker based on the analysis of the other form given to you, what marker for your project will be the gender age marker. For example, I'm putting, this is just an example because I have submitted here, and also I put the reference and the second field. Then you proceed. So for the protection mainstreaming, you explain how you mainstream protection in your through your project. And the fourth point is about accountability towards affected population and prevention of sexual exploitation and abuse of authority. What tools? First, you select tools that you're using. You can hold control if you use more than one tool. For example, radio broadcast, TV broadcast, one-to-one sessions. For example, I'm using complaint box, social media, and letters. So by holding control, you can select more than one. Here you explain how your project use community feedback mechanism and also the PSEA. You explain. Then after you finish this, you click save and next. And the third step is about the project locations or intervention in geographical areas. So these are the Sudan states. For example, my project covering whole Jazeera, all localities, Blue Nile. This is just an example, and Gadaref. Once it's done, then you click save and next. Sorry. Then here you add the overall project. This is for protection overall, general protection. This is for GPV. So you add, for example, how many people targeted in my project. Let's say 1,000 for the whole year in this project for all locations that we selected in Jazeera, Gadaref, and Blue Nile. So here you need to provide breakdown by IDPs, refugees, host communities, and non-displaced. When you sum up these four, it has to be 1,000, and by locations as well. And when you add, you go to the right side, you add the project male, female. Also, when you sum up, it has to be equal to 1,000. Then children, adults, and elderly, again by the localities and states, it should be equal to 1,000. Then how many of these 1,000 are disabled by localities, you will add as well. Then the total for each locality. So once it is done, right now I'm not going to do it. It takes time. But that is mandatory, has to be precisely added to the to the overall project locations and people that you are targeting within your project. After you're done, then you go down to the GBV part. These are child protection, general protection, mine action, then here GBV. We have all activities for GBV listed. For each activity you select and the costing, and it has to be in line with the project with the HRP framework that is shared with you all. The standard costing, you add the cost here. For example, I am planning to have 2 new women centers to be established. And then the breakdown. Here again, it is recommended not when you add the breakdown. This is the cluster plan. The number should not be higher by the localities, and the number should not be higher than the cluster plan. Although it's possible to have some areas that you are also targeting while it's not under the cluster prioritized plan. So that's the cluster priorities. It's always better to be in line with cluster priorities. For example, when you add the 2 centers in these 2 localities, it should be equal to what I have put here. So the second activity, rehabilitation of women centers. Third, the support operational of women centers. So all GBV activities. You may have all GBV activities, which is about 14 activities. You may have only 2, you may have 6. So it depends on your organization capacity. So once you add your activity breakdown, which I see it in the most important part, then you click save and next. Then here you add the project lines. For example, the budget lines. Line budget 1, you may have 2, you may have 4, you may have 7, depends on how you do the breakdown for the project for your project. And then here the overall project budget, for example 1 million. You need to agree that this project might later on would be submitted to the FTS system and to be managed there, the budget. So for example, you can have the breakdown of your 1 million for the budget lines, and it should be equal to 1 million when you add up. For example, 250, 250, 250, or you can do by automatically by percentages. By giving a percentage, the system will automatically do calculation for you. So when it is red means there is mistake. When it's green means it's correct with this one. So either way, it's that's fine. And then you add another line item if you have more than 4 lines of budget lines. After you finish with budgeting, you click on save and next. Then the last part is to review your project. Your project information that added, if there are some inconsistency or some fields that require to be reviewed, whatever. Once you click on submit your project, you cannot edit, you cannot go back to your project and edit. So that's the last part once you click submitting. And now I'm not going to submit, as it is just for explanation and example. And for any inquiries or questions that you have, or any challenge that you're facing adding your project, please feel free to contact the coordination team, and we will be responding to you timely and accordingly. Thank you so much.